Hello, Resurrection. It's Wednesday, March 9. And last week was a busy week at the church. Ash Wednesday services, the first Sunday of Lent, the last Sunday before Lent, the week before that, and of course, that means that Tuesday was our Mardi Gras party. We always have a good time with that, and I think we did again this year. We did it a little differently this year, and we won't always do this, but this year it was a fundraiser for the youth mission trip. We were hoping to raise enough money to make a dent in the trip. I think the total bill for all of the youth to go is about $7,500. Well, grand total, drum roll please, was that we raised that night alone was $8,025. So you all have paid for the youth trip, and I am so grateful. Thank you so much for doing that. What a great thing to be able to send our youth out to learn how to be responsible Christians. You know, they're going to be working in homeless shelters and in food banks and things like that, kind of teaching them and hoping that they'll foster those skills that they'll be able to use for the rest of their lives, remembering that that's what Christians do for people, because Jesus told us that we do that for people, and he told people who needed help that we did that for them. And how wonderful to be able to send them to do that without breaking their parents in order to do that. So thank you all so much for doing it. I was overwhelmed at how well our youth presented themselves that night. I think I said that last week in my talk, but I was. If you did not leave that evening impressed with the youth of Resurrection, then you were not seeing the same things that I was seeing. And I've been thinking a lot about our youth in the last week and a half, because I was so impressed with them. And one of the things that I was most impressed with, and yes, I was very impressed with their ability to articulate their faith and why being in church, why being in the youth group, why going on mission trips and mission in general, why that's important. But that's not the thing I was most impressed about. The thing I was most impressed about was the fact that these kids have all come together and they understand what it is they're doing. They understand their mission. And their mission, and we've talked about this with them and they've talked about it before, but their mission at Resurrection has been to replant the youth program. You know, we're church planters here at Resurrection. We have been for 7 years now, and it's been, with the pandemic, it's been up and down, but we continue to do our job, which is to plant or replant the Church of the Resurrection, to revitalize that and to work hard. Every now and then, it's not all that uncommon, somebody will come to see me in my office, or they'll call me on the phone, or they'll send me an email to audition me, or really to audition Resurrection, to see if we offer the kinds of things that will fit their needs as a Christian or as a Christian family. And that's a very different philosophy than my philosophy regarding church. And so I always try to make it perfectly clear that that's really not the kind of church that Resurrection is. We're not a service industry at Resurrection, or maybe we are, but actually we're the servants. We're not the people who are served. That it's kind of a consumer mindset, and we're not a consumer organization at Resurrection. So I'm always careful to say, well, what you will find at Resurrection is you will find the gospel of Jesus Christ. And because of that, you will find a whole bunch of folks who have all come in here together to roll up their sleeves and to do the work that we have to do. If there is a need that you have that has not been met, then roll up your sleeves and address that need. Bring some people together and do what it is that you need. But remember that first and foremost, we're not here for our needs. That's a little weird, I understand. But we are not here for our own needs. We are here for the needs of those around us. We are the people who are replanting the church, rolling our sleeves up, and doing the work. And that's the thing I was most impressed about with our youth, is they get it. And I hope they'll teach, and I hope they'll teach the rest of us. They'll provide continue to provide an example for us in doing that. That group has been unshaken through the pandemic. They have bonded. They work together to do the things that need to be done. They're growing. It's the fastest growing group that we have at Resurrection, followed closely by the children's program. And our youth are setting a beautiful example for us on how to get to work, how to be the church, and how to replant and revitalize the church that has traditionally had troubles. Too bad we can't clone them or send them out on the road so that they can show other people what it is that we do here and how we've done it. They are the best ambassadors for the Church of the Resurrection because they're not bogged down in we don't talk politics here. We don't like that. None of us do. They're not bogged down in issues, political or otherwise. They're just in here enjoying each other's fellowship and doing the work of the church. And really, what more is there than that? So to the youth, I say to you, I am so dadgum proud of you that I don't know what to do with myself. You have reached into your hearts and you have opened it up to Jesus, and you're sharing that love around. You're telling people about Jesus. You're doing the work, and you are just a beautiful living heartbeat inside of our church right now. And I thank you very much. It's Lent. It's time to get to it. We'll follow the example of our youth, and we'll do that same thing. We will get to it. We will welcome the Holy Spirit as he falls around us. We will tell people about the love of Jesus, and we will give and serve those who need to be served. I'm awfully proud of you all too. We're getting there. We can see the light at the end of this pandemic tunnel, and the Church of the Resurrection is really getting back on its feet, and it's hitting on all cylinders right now. I hope you've noticed that just in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. But it's starting to be a lot of fun again, and I'm so grateful to you. I love you. I'll see you this very Sunday.